Tess, hello, hello, hello.
Yo.
All right. We didn't miss much of the draft. I only unplugged some of the Ethernet cables, so I'm assuming this is not going to be a permanent fix. We're good for now. I apologize. Like I was mentioning, our Ethernet cable runs outside. I have no idea if that's the issue. It's starting to snow. Maybe that has something to do with it. I wish we had better internet. This is getting annoying.
Yep. You're preaching to the choir here, buddy.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't complain.
I live in Australia.
I shouldn't complain to you.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know.
I understand your pain.
We might have the same internet situation as you in a couple of years anyways, with net neutrality going the way it has gone. So, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. All right. So we do get the Void combo. I've got the thing where all of LFY's heroes have bugged out, so I can't actually see Void, but he is there.
Yes.
He has been picked.
And now the Luna will come next. Ooh, Luna and Void together. So this is going to be, what, offlane Void, perhaps? One would assume?
I think so. Yeah, it's probably offlane Void. Still not 100% clear on whether or not it's going to be support Skywrath or core, but more than likely just going to be your support. Kunkka, also some good setup. This LFY draft is looking very solid. Lots of team fight, lots of 5-man, plenty of damage as well. The Shadow Demon should be good. You can get some offensive disruptions against the Luna, get some damage that way. Good save against the Kunkka, Void, Sky. So solid pickup from Vici from that perspective. Don't know if they'll bother trying to run this Naga as a core though. Seems a bit dicey. Though LFY's wave clear is not that good other than the Luna. So maybe there's some incentive there.
It would be interesting. I haven't seen a core Naga this patch, not yet anyway. I don't think it was picked every time. It was picked at Dota Pitter recently. I think it's been picked in the support role. Now the Omni's going to come out, and that'll be your offlaner. So you're looking at Queen of Pain mid, offlane Omni Knight. Now the question is this Naga going to be in that carry role, or is it going to be played in the support role like you were saying? And we're going to find out here in about a minute, as that's the only reserve time they have left for Vici Gaming.
I don't know if, I mean, Queen of Pain's quite a good repel hero. That's what always comes to mind immediately when you look at the Omni Knight. It's like, okay, who is he repelling? Who is he making stronger? And is it worth it for that hero to kind of be put in that situation? And I think the Queen of Pain probably fine for that. It would be nice if there was another big carry in the pool, but there isn't really. Like, maybe they look at, are they going to look at Morphling? No. Okay, just the Phantom Lancer. Probably just going to be your position for Naga Siren then. They've got plenty of illusions.
Yeah, for sure. That's true, actually. Yeah. It's got Illusion Central on this Vici Gaming draft. Oh, man. All right. But I like the Fancy Lancer. I also really liked Kaka and the Naga Siren support. I think it's going to be good this game. I like having Ensnare. I think it's pretty solid overall.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. I mean, having the song against the Fist's Void is also very, very powerful. We didn't even really talk too much about that. The lockdown for the PL is okay, but not amazing, and the illusions definitely help soak up a lot of the Eclipse damage, making it not so scary, as LFY decided that they just want some more AoE. They look at the pool, they're like, how do we do that? And they're just going to decide on the Timber Saw. So it looks like, what, Timber mid?
I would think it's being played by Super. Maybe they switch it up, but I think that's probably correct. And then they have the Monet Luna coming out and all that good stuff. I think I like the Timber pick, but I think there could be better Timber games. I don't think this is the best one. But I think it's strong enough to win in the game and make some space for Super. I don't know exactly how you feel about this Timber pick, but it seems pretty good.
I think it's all right, but yeah, I also don't think it's that amazing of a Timber game necessarily. I think they've got the repel, they've got plenty of mana burn from the Phantom Lancer. Queen of Pain's got plenty of nuke damage, so I don't think this is a game where the Timber's going to get out of control. I think they just decided that they wanted something that can kind of come online early-ish and has some more AoE to help out dealing with the Phantom Lancer. But overall, I think I might like Vici's lineup just a little bit more. I really like the Omni Knight plus the Shadow Demon against what LFY are bringing to the table with the Void and the Kunkka. I worry that if LFY don't burst somebody down at the start of the fight, then they run into problems, because Vici Gaming aren't very cooldown reliant at all.
Yeah.
Like, if a fight continues, they just keep spamming spells, they keep doing their thing, they keep getting stronger. Meanwhile, not the same story for LFY.
I like the fact that the song and the GA can kind of break up the fights and segment them a bit more for Vici, like you mentioned, because that burst potential, if they can't get it done for LFY, you're right, this is a bit troublesome. Immediate DC from Young 11, who, by the way, I don't know if you saw much of Dota Pit, but he was the MVP of the tournament, easily. I mean, the play he had some really amazing chronos and RPs, and pretty much every hero he was on was a high-impact hero in that game. And he was more often than not one of the top net worth heroes. And it really, you know, I've always known Young 11 has been pretty strong and a pretty solid player, but to see him just go off the way he did was impressive and a lot of fun to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, he looked really good. I think he had one, I want to say game 2 of the grand finals. He had a little bit of a weak start.
Yeah, the Tidehunter, or no, the Brewmaster game. Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a little bit of a weak start, but then came back, played pretty well, solid micro. Very, very important part of that game for them. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can get done on the Omni Night. Probably similar to what I was saying about the Centaur in the previous game, maybe looking to steal the wave at level 1 if he can, get his level 2 just that little bit more quickly. I guess the new Soaring is probably quite good for Omni, if I had to hazard a guess.
I would agree with that completely. It should be pretty hype if you can get it. But going back at storylines here, these two teams, Vici and LFY, like you mentioned, they've played, not at TR or anything, they've played previously, but it's been a little bit. Vici obviously just beating Newbie, and Newbie's already here in the next round of the upper bracket, and LFY lost to Newbie 2-1 in those upper bracket finals of TI 7, which is, I think, an important thing to note, and that was a really hype series, too. I remember that particular series. So one of these teams is going to get a rematch against Newbie, which is super cool, because it's just a lot of fun to see. Newbie especially is one of my favorite teams to watch, and you might think, okay, well, they're a Chinese team, that's really weird, but I actually love watching them. And these two teams, Vici Gaming has really impressed me as well. And I think there's a lot of high-octane, cool stuff coming down the pipeline between all three of these teams, and we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, I'm always hyped for some newbie Dota. Always going to cheer for KP, of course.
Yeah, local Aussie boy.
Dota.
Yeah, man.
Yep, exactly. He's the big rep for Australian Dota at the moment. I guess, well, we'll claim QO as well, but there's no Ana to cheer for, unfortunately, this season. So
no Ana. Did you see any of KP's interviews with Andrew? They were pretty funny.
No, I didn't catch them. I'll have to go back and.
Well, I mean, they weren't like the funniest thing in the world, but Andrew asked just really weird questions in the third interview, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, that's great."
Yeah. I think that's just Damien. He's very chill.
A very
relaxed guy.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the exact word I would have used. Yes.
It's hard to get answers out of him in an interview, but I'll have to go check it out.
The thing is, KP had like 3 losers or winner interviews, excuse me, in Dota Pit, because they won like so many series. And at the end, Andrew's just like, "Listen, I don't want to ask you the same shit I asked you earlier, so I'm gonna ask you something different." And KP appreciated that, I'm sure. So
nice. So unfortunately, we don't get to see these rematches that you're talking about right away. The next day of China,
tomorrow
for this event. Is it tomorrow?
Actually, you're right. Yeah.
No. It's next week, right?
Yeah.
That's
I got confused for a moment. You are correct in that. It's not for a while. So we're getting a taste. This is kind of a sampler for Chinese Dota.
So the appetizer.
Exactly. And
of course, is next week.
I don't care what kind of Dota you like. If you're NA, SEA, SA, CIS, EU, this has been good Dota, at least for Newbie in the first series. And I think Vici and LFY, I think there's a lot to look forward to in this series. But it's going to start off with the laning phase and how this is shaping up. Dual lane top for Fenrir and Paparazzi. They have to run all the way back to the wave. Super versus Ori mid in terms of the Queen of Pain versus Timbersaw matchup, which should probably be okay for Ori, I would imagine. He should do fine there.
Yeah, just needs to get some points up in his reactive armor, and I think he'll be all right. He's actually got the point at Timber Chain early on here. Is this the Sunken Relic thing? Is that what Inflame has on
I
his
think
Void?
So. I actually have no idea.
This gross particle effect abomination.
Why is it there? Why is it a thing? I don't understand. It's fair enough. You're not wrong there, my friend. But
Anywho.
He will be taking a lot of damage in the top lane, and Flame is getting harassed down by Fenrir. Doing a lot of damage, the Shadow Demon. Not a hero that we usually see. Disruption is going to come out. some illusion damage. He'll time walk it off. Now that's on cooldown for 22 seconds. He can't really walk up. Great job by the Shadow Demon to harass him and get him out of lane and just make sure he doesn't get any farm.
Yeah, they messed up the lane control a little bit though. They got double range creeped.
Oh, that's rough.
Fenrir, can he get this? It's not, these side pulls are not easy.
No, that's a really hard side
anymore.
pull. Like it used to be, it used to be like almost 100% unless you really effed it up, or if there was like a creep wave coming in on the other side. It's just like now it's, I don't want to say it's almost impossible. It's not almost impossible, but still really difficult.
Yeah, it's not consistent anymore. It used to be that you could get like the pull plus stack every time. Anyone could do it. Didn't matter the creeps that you had in the camp. I think now it does depend a bit more on what creeps you get and making sure that you get them to like attack properly and whatnot. But nicely done by Fenrir. Resets the lane equilibrium pretty nicely, and that's definitely gonna help out, make it more difficult for this Void to continue scaling up since he's already burned through a ton of his regen. Fortunately, has managed to grab the level 2, but
he's still going to have a bit of a rough time, and this is going to leave Paparazzi free farming in this top lane, essentially. Bottom lane, Young 11's contesting. He has 5 last hits himself. The Void only with 2. In the mid lane, on the other side, Ori doing a lot of damage to Super. Super, he might need to ferry a salve out. He actually did. He just brought it out from his backpack. And CS-wise, he's doing okay. 7-1 versus 8-5. And I think so far this is a good start for Vici. They're doing a lot of harassing in the top lane. This is all looking good, I think, at this point, Cameron.
Yeah, I think so. I like the decision to put the Naga Siren down bot along with the Omni Knight. They've sort of kept the Kunkka pin down here. LFY having to run the full tri-lane, but I don't know if they've really been able to do too much pulling or anything like that. They go on Lamb, but
he has a double damage rune. You could see with one Riptide and a couple of auto attacks, he does some severe damage to that poor Kunkka. But again, harass coming in, and Young 11, he only has level 1 purification. They need to be a little careful. In the top lane again, Time Walk coming out. The Void's just trying to leech any experience it can get. Back down bottom, X marks, Torrent coming in. It's going to hit. That might be your first blood, and it will be. There it is. LFY get off to a fast start, getting that kill. Now looking for Lanham, no follow-up though. And they needed to make something happen because this is like a defensive trial, and they're really, like you mentioned, pinning the Kunkka down bottom at this point.
Yeah, it's tough because it's a defensive tri-lane with no small camp pull available either, so they're splitting experience really heavily being down here, and especially against a dual lane. That would have been a big win for Vici if they were getting that without without really any trade-off. But LFY get the kill, Afu a bit more free to maybe move around the map and go get something else done.
Has to run home. Disruption, Soul Catcher coming in. Void, Time Dilation will come out. They have the Spirit Lance. He's really waiting to use it. But the Time Walk just enough range to get out of... Nope, maybe not. Paparazzi gets off the Spirit Lance. Is it going to be enough? Shadow Poison's going to start stacking up. With only 1, it's not going to be enough. 2, I don't even think that will get the kill. If they had 3, probably does. It's like, what, level 1 Shadow Poison? Not a big deal.
Yeah, so, not a big deal. Just a little bit more harassment. The point in time dilation is actually pretty interesting to see from the Void going for the 1-1-1. I don't think that's necessarily standard, but probably pretty helpful against the PL, right? You get lanced and you're getting chased down, you can check out the time dilation and potentially save yourself from a follow-up lance before your time walk is... while your time walk is still on cooldown.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it should keep him alive, it should help. Mid lane, the Kunkka is rotated over. I think he might have thought he would come in, but now it looks like he's just going to ward, maybe go back bottom. He's been roaming around a lot, hasn't done too much, with that roaming. I don't think he found anything mid. So he's finally back at the bottom lane. This will give some experience to the Luna and to the Skywrath finally. We'll see. I don't know. Can they even do anything here? Probably not.
Not this close to the tower, I don't think. The Timber is actually winning mid lane. He's up 5 CS on the Queen of Pain. He's kind of... I think he's out of the woods at this point. 3 points up in the reactive armor. The Queen of Pain is out of mana. He's getting enough regen that the Shadow Strike harassment doesn't really matter at all, and this is where the Timber can really start to take over. This could even be the kind of lane where we see Timber like in between the tier 1, tier 2 tower, just tanking the wave, pushing the tier 1 really heavily.
Yeah, that would be pretty hype. He's done a great job so far to get to the point that he's at. Top CS, of course, still belongs to that of Paparazzi, which is not surprising considering the laning matchup he's had. The Shadow Demon went home, by the way. He has a smoke on him, and it looks like they're going to run bottom and try to find something here. They know the Shadow Demon is missing. He's been off the map, off top lane for a while. So I don't know if LFY are going to fall for this or get caught by this, but there's always a possibility.
Yeah, if they disrupt the Luna, they have quite a bit of damage.
X marks, silence, torrent. That could be trouble for Young 11. He's got purification. Now with repel as well, still taking a lot of damage. He might fall. The ensnare coming in. Sonic wave. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade right now. Looking for Monet. He's got the banish coming in. Fenrir gets off the disruption in time. Soul Catcher, I think, was already used, and it's on him still. And Monet is going to get absolutely dropped and killed. A 2-for-1 trade. Unfortunately, the Omni Knight can't survive. A little bit too squishy and gets dropped down. And by the way, Super's doing exactly what you were mentioning you would do in mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, he sees that the Queen of Pain is away. He's got his catapult spawning up as well, so really wants to get as much damage on this tier 1 as he possibly can. Pretty standard Timber self play, and a lot of why Timber is so powerful in the early game. I remember when they first buffed up the siege creep, people talking about Timber in this context and just saying like, oh yeah, Timber's one of the better heroes to actually exploit this change. They're punching him, but...
Yeah, they'll try to punch him. His reactive armor stacking up. It's level 4, by the way. They have no Sonic Wave. Scream of Pain is available, but he Timber Chains out to safety easily. Oh, no. Why would you guys fight while I'm not watching you? Please.
Shadow Demon dead. He had the Luna illusion for a little bit there. That was the other thing that we didn't really talk about. And Inflame taking some more damage up top, but since the Shadow Demon's been away, he's actually been able to get quite a bit more experience. Not too many more last hits. Still only 11 CS to his name. But at least looking all right there. And LFY actually starting to build up a little bit of a net worth lead. I think this Luna is a hero that you have to watch out for this patch. Kind of similar to the Anti-Mage, just flash farms really quickly, and with the overall changes to making lane farm that little bit more valuable. It's not quite to the same extent as AM necessarily, but I feel like Luna is a hero that can get out of control.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen it. We saw it yesterday, in fact, in the NA region. Meanwhile, Afu's going to get chased down. He'll go for the TP. There is going to be the Torrent. And Snare came out, though, just in time. That'll be an easy pickup. On the other side, Super is diving Ori. Ori is blinking 1. The Chakram almost, or rather, the Whirling Death almost bringing Ori down. He had 50 HP, but was able to make it out in time. And Super just feels like a monster at this point. It's still early in the game, and he's only got boots and a soul ring. But he might be in trouble now. Here comes the poison coming out from Fenrir. They even throw up the purification. Lanham throws up the Riptide, so some armor reduction will help. He is so freaking tanky. Now the Queen of Pain coming back in Sonic Wave up in 5. In Snare, there's 4 Shadow Poison stacks, and that'll be enough, along with the purification, to get the kill. It is a lot of heroes rotating in to secure it for Vici Gaming, but it's still a kill nonetheless.
Still, yeah, really nice to get rid of the Timber. Soul Catcher. The Shadow Demon is such a nice hero for Vici this game. It's good with the Disruption against the Void. The Soul Catcher is super value against the Timber to help burst him down that little bit more quickly. And of course, the Disruption, against the Skywrath Mage and the Kunkka, also amazing. So, expecting some big stuff. I'm starting to wonder if, because this patch is moving more towards carries being a big deal, maybe we'll start to see the saving supports come back. You were talking about the Winter Wyvern a little bit earlier, but maybe stuff like Shadow Demon, Dazzle kind of also in that conversation. Yeah,
we've already seen a fair bit of it. There's more heroes in that regard as well. Oracle is a big one that jumps out to me, but I don't know if it's going to be picked that much. Maybe with Death Prophet, I think Oracle's probably a good choice. By the way, I want to point out the Void used Chrono to top lane to survive as Paparazzi was diving him under the tower. So that's down for another 100 seconds. Yeah, I caught the tail end of it, so I don't know what else happened other than I think he was just getting dove.
Yeah, the Quap also, well, Ori was rotating towards top, I think hoping to use another Sonic Wave since he has a back off cooldown, but unfortunately won't find anything. And we do actually have PL swapping down to bottom as LFY try to make some aggressive moves towards the top lane. So it looks like maybe just a tier 1 for tier 1 trade.
Yeah, I think so.
Coming up.
There's a lot more heroes top lane for LFY. They should go a lot quicker for them. Plus, they have the Lunar Blessing. They have Luna up here. And the Glyph will come out for the Dire. Radiant should have one, and they do. They'll hold on to it for now. Lanham, no song. He's level 5, trying to get up to that level 6. TPing it is going to be Fenrir. Her smoke will break. And now they might be caught here. Lanham's in a lot of trouble. Disruption will come out. There's a lot of heroes. The Shadow Poison will come in as well. The Soul Catcher on top. Lanham's going to get Riptide off, but he's still in some serious shit at this point. Chakram will hit. X marks back. There's the Torrent. Scream of Pain coming in. Ori's got the Sonic Wave. There's the Silence. Now a 1-for-1 trade. The Eclipse getting dropped. And Ori, he's got to blink away, but it's on cooldown for 8. He's going to get dropped. A double kill for Super as the Eclipse does some serious damage. And Young 11 now, he's the one getting chased down. He's got Repel. He needs to purify himself. Repel will come first. Still in a lot of trouble. They'll chase him down. Timber Chain. Now they're looking for Fenrir instead. They finally get off this Disruption coming in. And here's the TP from Paparazzi. It seems like it took forever, but he's finally here. Spirit Lance coming out. Super. So damn tanky. He's got the Timber Chain away. He will be able to make it out for now. Paparazzi will do what he can, which is little to no damage with his illusions. And that'll be the end of the fight, which really favors LFY at the end of it. And we'll see the fight recap show that, I believe.
Yeah, very messy. They got 2 nice kills, but they didn't end up getting the tower, so I guess it depends on how you compare the Queen of Pain kill versus getting the tower down at bottom. I think it might be better to get the tower since Vici have now opened up the bottom side of the map to farm a little bit more. They can kind of park their Phantom Lancer down here and he can shove the lane and farm the jungle. So may have worked out better for Vici. It's just hard for the... We're already starting to see that it's a little bit difficult for the Luna to play against the Shadow Demon. You get disrupted with the Soul Catcher on you, and you actually just kind of have to run away and kite away from the illusions. Otherwise, you're going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to see how the Shadow Demon plays out in the later stages. He has level 6 now. I don't think he had it in that fight. Meanwhile, they're going to try to go for In Flames, who's going to get ensnared. Sonic Wave. There's the Chrono. He'll try to turn on him. He just needs to leave. Not enough damage coming in from the Queen of Pain. If he has Veil there, I think that's a kill, but without it, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, another defensive Chronosphere. Not really doing all that much, just keeping Inflame alive. Void, I mean, it's going to be a little bit tough for him to catch back up into this game, but at least they've got this tier 1 tower gold starting to slowly flow in for him, so seeing some of the power of Luna as a hero. Monet is going to be going for the Dragonlance this game. I'm normally not a huge fan of this item on Luna. I feel like it just slows down your Manta, BKB, like big item timings quite a bit, but of course really important to have when you've got the Void
Chronosphere,
on your
exactly.
team.
Yep. Just get that extra attack range. Make sure you can get involved even without Eclipse. Do some work. Young 11, only a little bit ahead of the Void, about 300 gold. Working on what looks to be a drum, and Inflame will just come up casually and steal that rune. In fact, they might even get this kill. Silence, they've got Concussive Shot. Mystic Flare will come in. Another Arcane Bolt, still taking a lot of damage. He has Wand Charges. He can use his Repel, and he turns right in onto Flame, who will just time walk that damage straight off. Super Might Dive. He's got a Hood of Defiance to help him out. Here comes the Chakram. And he will get dispelled, or rather disrupted. The Repel TP from Young 11, nicely done. No Chronosphere to stop it, and that will get him out of dodge. But this is going to lead into this tier 1 tower. Finally, LFY able to bring it down.
Yeah, very nice. And they've got the Glyph for mid, so Co-op won't be able to do too much damage over here, though I don't know who is going to TP to go and actually defend that. Skywrath has his TP off cooldown. Afu just dropping a big combo bottom.
He's looking for this kill. The Silence coming out. X Marks is going to come back, and they need a couple more auto attacks to get this. Song just going to come out. Arcane Bolt. The Rage Drop. He had 20 HP. The TP out, and the Skywrath can't get there in time. Song is used defensively to get him out of a bad position, but he will be able to make it out at the very least.
EDC maybe not so lucky, though. Actually, we'll see.
Oh, what a juke. All right, or you need to leave now. Nighttime. Easy.
And there is a ward there, but I guess he just got into that little patch of fog and managed to sidestep him.
On top lane, Fenrir getting turned on here. They've got Chronosphere. It does come out. Sonic Wave, good trade. Now Monet in trouble. He's gonna have to go for the TP. No follow-up. Paparazzi, they need a Spirit Lance. They don't have it. Just came off cooldown. 1-for-1 trade that I'm sure Vici will love to take with Chrono now down and the Void dead.
Fenrir is thinking to himself like, Eclipse used. Chrono used, we got the kill on the Void. He's fine with being dead at the moment. He's actually just reveling in the moment. And Lamb, it's really surprising, but it's actually the Naga who's shoving this bottom lane. I thought it was going to be the Phantom Lancer or the Quap or something parked down here, constantly shoving the lane, but it's actually Naga Siren getting some farm, not too far behind the Void, and actually buying some like carry-ish items. Well, Aquila queued up.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually. We might see him Radiance if he can get to that type of farm. That's ways away. Got to give a shout out to Light of Heaven, the Shrine clicker that he is. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to catch out Young 11. The Disruption save. Is he going to be able to make it out of this? He's already used his wand. Mystic Flare will finish him off. Now the Kunkka. The Ghost Ship is coming in. That'll save him for now. Shadow Strike. They'll also get Spirit Lance on top of it. And the usage of the ultimate coming in from the Shadow Demon is enough. Now Diffusal will go into DDC. His mana getting burned. Jump in. They've got the Shadow Strike. Scream of Pain is available, or he might be in trouble. Blinking and getting pretty aggressively. Super taking a lot of harass. So is Monet now getting chased down by Paparazzi. They might lose both of these heroes, but Paparazzi's going to get turned on, and he's actually the one that goes down. Now Lanham and Fenrir trying to go toe-to-toe. Ori jumping back in. The stick charges won't be enough. Fenrir will get the triple kill, and now a killing spree as they will secure 4 out of the 5 kills on this enemy LFY team, and a great fight. The only thing that could have gone better is if they kept Paparazzi alive there at the end of it.
And now they've got this sick Luna illusion to push the tower. Everybody's got Lunar Blessing.
That's so hype.
Nice and easy. Actually, it's a very nice change for Shadow Demon in this one particular matchup.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fenrir's done a great job this game, I would say. His arcanes, he has Windlace. Item-wise, it's not much, but the fact that he's had some really great disruptions, he has level 4 Shadow Poison now. I think Fenrir is showing that this hero, Shadow Demon, is not dead yet. Not dead at all.
Yeah, very good this game, like we've been saying. And I think just looking at the warding situation, you can tell that it's been Vici kind of way ahead in these last couple of fights. LFY haven't put together a successful smoke gank or anything to go and actually get some good vision down, and they're a little bit blind. So this is exactly what they're trying to do here. They want to go and find a pickoff, but even less, like the pickoff is less important than actually just going in and getting some wards down as a team and making sure that they have some vision and information. So see if they can get these 2 obs down for DDC.
Do they have the chrono? They sure do. Inflame is ready for it. Time Walk, they'll find Fenrir instead. They won't need to use this time. Disruption comes out, X marks Torrent to follow. They have a silence along with it, and he will tank the gank. No big deal. It is a killing spree taken by Inflame, as we just talked about. Now Inflame's starting to get some more farm. He actually finally eclipsed Young 11 by a wide margin as the Shadow Blade is almost done. And they'll try to go and push this tier 2 tower. I don't know if they'll be able to actually do anything with this, though.
I mean, still have Chrono, still have Eclipse. Vici looking eager to fight, but there is a really nice ward here, as you're pointing out, spotting all of these rotations through.
And Snare will hit. Chrono's still up. He's about to use it. Looking for it on 2. Repel is out into Ori. Here comes the Ghost Ship. Repel is about to end. Ori will make it away. DDC getting chased out on the other side. Paparazzi will chew him up with the Diffusal Blade, but he is in a lot of trouble. The Eclipse coming in. Sonic Wave hits onto 2 for more, but where's the follow-up? They need more damage. Young 11 looking for a Purification. Torrent's going to come out. Will just narrowly miss. Ori saved by Super, but only for a moment longer. The Demonic Purge. Timber Chain finishes him off. It's 2 down, and now they're looking for more. Fenrir on the run. So too is Young 11. X marks. He'll repel himself. Can't get it off in time. Now will. Still taking a lot of damage. A lot of auto attacks. One more auto attack, and we'll do the job, Monet. It's 4 dead, and they might even get 5. They're looking for Fenrir. He's under the tower. I don't know if he can live through this. He has wand charges. Now looking instead, it looks like Fenrir's the one trying to go on Inflame. The Disruption will come in. He'll walk to the tier 3 tower. I don't think they can chase this. They get off the first hit bash. There's the time dilation, but he's up onto the high ground now. And that'll do it. LFY take an absolutely fantastic fight. For, Paparazzi dying at the beginning. They don't have any damage to follow up with if he's down. So that's huge.
Perfect Chrono. That was exactly what they needed. They caught the Naga Siren as well, so no song counter initiation. It didn't even get used at all in that entire fight, and they completely cleaned house. Even going to get this tier 2 as the bonus.
Speaking of song, but the tier 2's gone, so they're looking for Afu in the backlines. Ghost Ship will come in. Sleep's now about to be done. And Monet trying to man fight. Look at the damage. Lanham, he's going to get purified. We'll keep him alive for now. Monet finally gets dropped. Lanham's still going to get timber chained up and chewed by Super. Now the Disruption coming in to save the life of another. They got Afu in the backline. Super completely out of mana, which makes it a lot harder to kill the man. But another Spirit Lance coming in. They have the Shadow Strike along with the Scream of Pain and a Purification. Will absolutely burn him up. And that's a 3-for-1 trade plus the tower, so they finally get a fight going back the other way for Vici Gaming. Yeah, they lost Lana, but still a pretty good fight. In fact, all of that gold that they lost in that last fight is now back on their side.
Yeah, nice turnaround. Overall, lane position still ends up being quite good for LFY. So, looks like they shouldn't lose too much on the swing back. Vici just going to be able to grab a bit more farm. In terms of, I'm just trying to look around and see if there's any big item timings that are about to get grabbed. Timber, not too far away from his Bloodstone. It's probably the biggest one. Luna just heading in towards the Manta, but still going to take a while to grab that. And Phantom Lance are actually going to be going for a Blink Dagger here. So, nice to have against the Void. Pretty good at getting in on the back lines, just killing off the Skywrath Mage instantly. Oh, they found speaking of Skywrath. Yeah,
he's mega dead. He silences the wrong one. Not that it would have mattered anyways. Young 11 came in and just blew him up with the Purification. By the way, speaking of Blink Dagger, he's got that queued up for Young 11, so a couple of blinks coming up for Vici. Also an important item I wanted to mention too is Fenrir has an Aether Lens. He actually had Kaya queued up for a while, but it is going to be the Aether Lens, which I thought he would have picked up anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they need too much more damage this game. I really like the new Aether Lens is probably even better on Shadow Demon than the old one. You don't really do that much damage as a hero, but the little bit of extra cast range going to be very helpful. And to me, it just seems like Vici are equipping themselves as best as they possibly can against the Chronosphere. Multiple blinks, cast range items.
Well, speaking of which, yeah. He has GA. Torrent's going to come out, Ghost Ship. It might hit. I think he's dead. He gets off the repel. They need one more auto attack. They can't find it. Uh-oh, that's a pretty aggressive time walk there coming in from the Void. Now he needs to be careful. They're looking to finish it. Oh, the blink out in time from Young 11. Avoid super as the Chakram came through. Another purification. They're kiting him around. He misses the tree. They should have Sonic Wave, and they do. Now it comes out. He's in trouble. Blake, scream of pain. Aura gets the job done. A big kill started off. Now looking for more. Paparazzi, X mark back into the torrent. Now Inflame jumping away instead of trying to fight this. On the other side, Yule Scepter. That'll catch Afu. Jumping into Zori. Now he's going to get that silenced up and the Mystic Flare. DDC is next. A double for Aura and Lanham. And Snare back up in 5 seconds. Another time walking 2 for this Void. Not to mention he has Shadow Blade. Can they chase him down? Do they have detection? I don't think they do. Not on these two heroes anyway. There it goes. No Sentry or Dust to follow up. But already the damage has been done. 3 down. The only thing that was really going their way at all is because the Luna's top just farming. But really good fight there from Vici Gaming, base kid.
Oh, it's so unfortunate that they were just a bit too far away to make full use of that chrono from the Void. If they drop the, I mean, if the boat torrent just chain stun the Omni Knight, then they get that kill really cleanly. They never get dragged up onto the high ground, and things never devolve from there. But very nice play from Young 11, kind of baiting the Timber all the way into the fight and then breaking his ankles. Super getting taken along for a little bit of a ride there. Luna's still farming really well, so I do have to be a little bit afraid of Monet, but looks like Vici kind of finding their stride.
Yeah, I agree completely. They're really starting to make some room, get Paparazzi some farm. Like you mentioned, though, Monet is probably the biggest issue. Dragonlance, Mask Madness, when he gets Manta, it gets even harder to deal with him. And he'll go BKB after that item as well. So Monet, feeling probably pretty confident about what he can do, as long as he's in the fight and they have a chrono up. So that's something you need to keep in mind, right? And I don't know what you do to deal with the Luna, other than take a good fight.
Yeah, they do definitely have the burst for her. Ooh, look at this combo on Young 11.
Oh.
That was sick.
I missed it. I'm really sad. What happened?
So he was standing there. He got Lucent Beam. The Lucent Beam was like just enough for the torrent to go off. And then as the torrent went off, he got silenced. And at that point, he was just 100% dead.
Dunzo. Yeah, cool.
Didn't give him any opportunity to get the repel off.
That's pretty hype. And now they're feeling pretty strong. 30 seconds on the sideline. They want to take a tier 2. So get a kill, get an objective, and go from there. And I don't know if there's anything Vici can do about this. There's a tier 2. They're not going to buy back for it. I think they have Glyph. I don't know if they'll even... it's actually not up yet for another 12 seconds. So easy tier 2 tower for LFY. And that's crazy what you can get done with just one kill. Monet, the Luna, the amount of pushing you can do with this hero, especially when you get Manta, is pretty damn strong.
Yeah, it's very, very powerful. They do still, of course, have to be wary of the fact that Shadow Demon can borrow a little bit of that power for himself. Chuck a Disruption out and push things out the other way. Oh,
Chrono into the silence. Do they have the Mystic Flare? It's on cooldown for another second, but that will not matter. They'll get it regardless. DDC still getting chased down. Paparazzi looking for that defusal. He'll use it, and he's going to get dropped and killed. Ghost Ship coming in. Paparazzi now in trouble. Gets stunned up. They have the Timber Chain. Doppelganger, no. The song comes out first. There's Purification. They want to fight this. The Urn will come through as well. Ori down for 38. They're looking instead for Afu, who's going to get jumped on. Trying to TP. Won't be able to make it away. Torrent's too little too late. But Paparazzi getting owned. They have to pop the GA. It will hit, but Paparazzi's still getting chased down. And in fact, he might get caught. Inflame coming in. A couple of auto attacks and the Lucid Beam will do the job there. It is a 2-for-2 trade. But again, Monet just so strong, ending the killing spree of Paparazzi and getting involved in that fight.
His blink was like half a second from being off cooldown, but LFY, all right. I guess the Chrono is still... They're still getting a ton of value out of Chrono, despite the fact that Vici are spending all of this effort trying to itemize against it. But I do have to give Inflame some props for finding these kills. Not being afraid to use the solo Chronos either. I think that's very important for him this game. You know, if you can just get one pick off, it really enables your team to push and claim more map control.
Yeah.
So I like the way that he's playing on the Void. And even building into some damage at this point as well. Going to be going into a Manta.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty strong right now. Attack speed also helps from the Shadow Blade as well, plus the extra damage too. So Faceless Void feeling pretty good. Young 11 still only a little behind him. No Midas was picked up for Omni, which we saw a lot of at Dota Pit. He went for the 90 gold per minute anyways, along with the 90 damage. So he has some extra gold kicking in. And he's up to 3,100 down. You have to wonder, is this going to be the Radiance that we've seen a lot on this Omni Knight hero?
Yeah, potentially. I don't know what else he would necessarily go for. We've seen Ags a little bit, but I don't know if it's necessarily... It's not a guaranteed save against the Chrono or anything this game, right? There could still be a Mystic Flare getting dropped on somebody, something like that. It does seem to me that, or at least LFY's read, is that Vici Gaming are switching gears to playing a much more split push oriented kind of style. And the Timbersaw, instead of going for the Shivas, which would have kind of been the team fight item, is instead just queuing up some BOTs to try and deal with that. And I think it's a pretty good read. I think Vici Gaming, after that last fight, realizing that, okay, maybe we still have to respect the LFY team fight for a bit, so maybe we should just play the split push and farm game for a bit.
Yeah, makes sense. Until they can find a way to jump on Monet somehow, this is going to be tough. But he has BKB, which is a big issue. I mean, really, the only thing they could do is perhaps ensnare him. They can maybe take a song and fight him while his BKB's up. Might be the best opportunity, but he does so much damage at this point, and they don't do any real right-click. Could be a problem. Meanwhile, Chrono, oh no, Inflame. That's not what you want to see, buddy. Chrono's now down. The song will set this up, and they're going to jump and look for more. Paparazzi, the Sonic Wave, hits onto one. That'll be an immediate kill on the Kunkka. Mystic Flare on the other side. The Eclipse coming in, and Young 11 has to back. So does Fenrir. They need to kite. This is a full 10-second BKB duration for Monet. Now getting turned on. He's going to pop the Manta style. Chakram coming in. Super looking to man fight this Doppelganger away from Paparazzi. Now they've got the BKB down, and they're looking to go, but Paparazzi taking a lot of damage. Scream of Pain. He'll fall. They can't get off the Purification in time. Monet and Ori going toe-to-toe. The Yule Scepter, the Urn, the Shadow Poison taking him down. Fenrir going to get the Glimmer Cape off. They don't have a detection. Now looking for more. Trying to find Young 11. It's a 3-for-1 trade. The Bashy needs GA. He's going to get it off. They bait it out. Beautifully done. LFY will lose 4. It's Super, the sole survivor, and he might have get dropped. Lanham still getting low. He'll pop the illusions. Coming out still in trouble. Another Glimmer Cape. That Glimmer is doing some serious work, and Super's dropped down. Young 11 making plays left, right, and center. 5 dead on LFY and Vici Gaming. What a beautiful play there with that team fight, and what a rough Chrono, I will say, to start it off there for Inflame, Cameron.
Yeah, did we caster curse the shit out of Inflame?
I think so.
I think we may have. Oh no. With great power comes great responsibility, but LFY losing that team fight in spectacular fashion. We saw that the Luna is still very strong, still very scary, just stood there auto-attacking, and did manage to, got the kill on Paparazzi, right? Yeah, we did manage to right-click on Paparazzi, so still at least a little bit of a turnaround. Timber caught again.
This is a death. Might need to deny himself. Can't get it off in time. Now down to 6 Bloodstone charges. Literally 2 minutes ago, he had 15. Now he is at 6. And all of a sudden, Vici have found their rhythm. And they are pushing in bottom. They're pushing in top. They're even got Paparazzi split pushing like crazy. This is starting to look really good here.
Yeah, I'm starting to become more and more of a believer in this position for Naga Siren as well, having watched these series today. Oop, they want this Phantom Lancer.
Chrono's back up in 1. Paparazzi's dead, I think. Torrent comes out. The song, no, they're ready to fight again, maybe? They need everybody here. They don't have everybody yet. The Shadow Demon's not here. Paparazzi gonna jump away. There's the Orchid coming out. It'll find Kunkka, the Sonic Wave. Good Chronosphere. Young 11's in trouble. He might get caught and killed, and he will. And now the Void might need to be careful. Monet's BKB is gonna be done here in a moment. They've got the Demonic Purge elsewhere. Meanwhile, the Yule Scepter can keep Queen of Pain alive. On the other side, Fenrir trying to do what he can. Disruption coming in. He should drop here. Sticks up for now. Monet gonna get Orchided. There's gonna be the Scream of Pain. He's gonna fall again. Double kill for Ori. Getting bashed up, though. They're losing everybody. LFY dropping. It's a triple kill for Ori, and all 5 dead. A mega kill spree for this Queen of Pain. And Vici Gaming show a great fight yet again. Another 5-man wipe coming out. Vici are owning right now.
Do those Shadow Demon illusions not count as Fenrir's damage? I'm looking at this fight recap, and he had those 2 Luna illusions chunking away at everybody towards the end of that fight. But Ori gets all the credit. Great fight from Vici. Even with the Chrono going off, they win that pretty convincingly.
It hit on the Omni too. That was without anything from the Omni Knight at all, I think.
Yeah.
I think he got back at the end of the fight, but did he buy back or something? No. All right. That was a pretty hype engagement from Vici. They'll take Roshan. They'll take the Aegis. I believe that's the first rush of the game. They have the Spirit Vessel up for the LFY Naga as well. Or, excuse me, the Vici Naga as well for Lanham. Which means Purification is going to be that much better. Just solid overall in terms of a really good item in the game. I actually really like Spirit Vessel. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I really enjoy it. It's a good item.
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's pretty well balanced in the sense that sometimes it's like, oh, I guess I don't really need it. You know, prefer to put the gold towards a 4-staff or something like that. But other situations, you're like, okay, yeah, this is good enough to get the Spirit Vessel. I do like that they changed it, that you get to carry over the charges. I think that was an important buff. Because initially you got 0 charges, even if you had like 10 on your urn, which felt really bad.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling for sure. It's pretty funny stuff. Naga's going to go Ags, which is interesting.
All right. Yeah, this might probably a good game for it, right? Heal everybody back up.
Yep.
Get that synergy with the spirit vessel. You chuck a spirit vessel on somebody, and then you use the song, and they'll just go
to full pretty much
right
instantly.
Up to full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be super quick.
Does it increase the duration too, or no? Of the song, I should say.
I don't think so, off the top of my head. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, take a look. Take a look for me, buddy. Or in the top lane, potentially getting stalked by Inflame. He has the Chrono Ath already, and DDC is nearby as well. Orchid will come out. That'll hit up onto DDC, and he is in trouble. But the Chrono will come in and save him for now. The Silence coming out, and along with the Mystic Flare, he is going to get dropped. Song's too little too late, and they have no Ori now. And all of a sudden, this is looking pretty good. Still, Monet getting chased down as BKB's done. They need a Spirit Lance or a Diffusal. They're going to Spirit Lance and Diffuse him, and in fact, he will fall. Paparazzi, double kill for him, but here comes the Timbersaw doing a serious amount of work. Now he's getting chased down. He has the Aegis, by the way, on Paparazzi, so not too worried there. The other Disruption coming out, and now the Soul Catcher to follow as well. Jumping in and jumping out is going to be Inflame. And Snare now keeping him in place, holding him down. They're tying him up, and they absolutely slaughter him right there in front of the shrine. Nothing LFY can do. Again, they get Ori. That's fine. They lose everybody else. That's not fine. Good plays from Vici Gaming. And they're slowly but surely working the way and trying to finish this game, and getting the Tier 3 tower would be next on the list.
I thought these blinks from Vici were all about, like, potentially blinking out of a chrono or split pushing and avoiding stuff. It's not. These blinks are just so that they can get into the backlines and obliterate LFY.
Yeah, Monet especially.
Control. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even the Luna just getting up in her face makes it very, very difficult for Monet to play.
And they're going to take another fight here. Super in trouble. Ghost Ship will keep him up and healthy for now. They have the urn ticking down on him. DDC. Paparazzi is diving at the tier 4. He blinks out and avoids any further damage, making so much space for his team. They will take a full set of Rax and Vici Gaming, showing why they were second at Dota Pit, showing why they're a strong team right now. Take the first set of Rax in this particular best-of-3 series, now with a 14K lead, and it's all coming up Millhouse here for them, Mr. Baseskip.
Yeah, showing exactly how, you know, they had Liquid on the ropes. Let's say that, right? They were up 2 games in that grand final series, and definitely looking like the same team here. Just putting tons of pressure on LFY. Lots of great individual play. I think some very smart itemization overall as well. Even like the Omni-Knight build is a little bit unusual, but just kind of, you know, very team-oriented, knows what his role is. The Quap and the Phantom Lancer do more than enough damage. He's just kind of there to make sure that people survive. He saw that last fight. He saw the Luna, or one of the fights in the mid-game. He saw the Luna just right-clicking everybody to death, and he's like, okay, how do I fix that?
How do I do this?
Guard. I'm going to buy a Shiva's. It reacts very nicely.
Yeah, I mean, again, Young 11, I keep singing his praises. I think it's important because he's been playing so well. But again, it's been a team effort for Vici. It's not just been Young 11. And not only him, but Fenrir with the saves as well. Disruptions have been really good. They were defensive for like the first half of the game. Recently, they've been more offensive than anything else. And now things get that much harder for LFY as they pick up the Aghanim Scepter for Song of the Siren, which doesn't change anything other than it regens 10% of their health per second, which is considerable over a 7-second span, 70%. So if you want to do the math anyway.
I really want to see this. I don't know if this Egg Scepter is actually going to really do anything. Vici are pretty far ahead. Feels very win more at this stage, but I do want to see it synergize up with the Spirit Vessel. We got Void split pushing a little bit at top, but they are actually on the prowl for him. Young 11 going to go for a sweep up here. And I like this movement as well from Vici. They push in bottom, and then they move across over to top, and it looks like the Quap might be able to cut this wave. And with that, they kind of put an end to any of this split push and any of this pressure, but I'm actually just going to let the Omni-Knight deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know if she was concerned about heroes being there. Would have made sense. They don't have a ward in the lane or anything like that. They'll probably go together, take down any wards that they find as they have a gem now. Void is going to Shadow Blade. Paparazzi doesn't spot him. And Void doesn't have any help, so chronoing him would be a giant waste of time. But Roche Aegis was just expired. It was on Ori, I believe. No, it was on the PL, actually. By the way, he is a Scotty, so that's great.
Yeah, once he latches on now, there is no removing him. I mean, they didn't have really enough peel for him before.
Yeah.
This Phantom Lancer last pick has actually turned out to be very, very value for Vici in terms of soaking the Eclipse. He kind of forced out a not so impactful Timbersaw pick, I want to say, from LFY. Like, I don't really know if Super had a good laning stage. He kind of won his lane in terms of CS against the Queen of Pain, and then after that, I feel like he's just been bursted down a whole bunch.
Speaking of the Timbersaw, he's going to get caught. Can't force himself up to the high ground, or rather get forced to the high ground. Still has a Timber Chain to maybe get out of trouble. Paparazzi needs to be a little careful, but the Chrono is going to come in onto 2, and now they need more damage, but the Song, the counter initiation is going to be there. The Ghost Ship will hit, but look at the regen. It's nuts. It's insane. They even need to use the Spirit Vessel. GA comes out. Sonic Wave onto 3 from Ori. And this should be the beginning of the end, as Inflame should get jumped on here. I don't think they have detection. They actually have a gem, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Ori will find a double kill as GG is called. And Vici Gaming, very good last couple of minutes to this game. Absolutely outstanding play. And overall, really fun to watch as well.
Yeah, really good. I thought that they were going to... I said something about the Timber switching to the BOTs and maybe Vici switching to split pushing a bit. And they kind of looked at the situation with their items and were like, no, we know we can win fights. We know that if we can just get any kind of counter initiation, be it a Song or a repel or a disruption, we know that we can actually take this. They went and took a couple of really good fights with some great execution, and from there just kind of snowballed the game out. I think LFY were in a similar situation where they were probably 1 or 2 winning team fights away from closing out